a choice. And I just feel called to share this with you today. If I'm honest, I've just done a live on another platform. Dyslexic success is a choice. I get up every day and I make that decision, if you like, that dyslexia is not going to define me in terms of what I can't do. So if I'm really honest with you, like, it's not easy. Like, managing dyslexia is a constant battle because we live in a world where literacy skill matters, and dyslexia impacts literacy skill, whether we like it or not. It makes life difficult for us in terms of managing work, but also in terms of managing day-to-day life. So actually, I could choose to be a dyslexic victim, and I could choose to let it get in my way. I could choose to play really small. I could choose to just let it be the thing that holds me back and drags me down. And I'm not going to lie, there are times when I feel super frustrated with it because it does slow me down at times. It doesn't mean that it takes me longer to do things. But actually, it's about my determination to succeed and how resilient I'm prepared to be, how much I want that thing that I'm working towards. That is my motivation, if you like, for managing dyslexia. Now, I've just had quite an interesting discussion on another platform about, you will never really hear me refer to dyslexia as a superpower. And the reason why I won't refer to it as a superpower, well, there are several reasons. The first one being, dyslexia is the worst of me. Like, dyslexia means that I find literacy-based tasks really challenging. My brain is not processed or wired in a way that enables me. Hi, Emily, thanks for joining us. It's programmed in a way that doesn't enable me to be, I can be successful, but actually I have to put an awful lot of effort in order to be successful where literacy skill is concerned. And because I assess a lot of primary age children who are genuinely really struggling, I feel like if I was to say to them, oh, you're dyslexic, but this is your superpower, like, it's sending them a message that the thing that they find difficult is this kind of superhuman strength. For me, it's just confusing. The other reason why I won't use superpower is because I feel like it makes out that we are superhuman, and nobody is superhuman. Like, we are all human. We all have the same kind of opportunities, the same possibilities in terms of the choices we can make to move ourselves forward. And I feel like if we use the word superpower, we are belittling the struggles that we have on a day-to-day basis. And yes, lots of people argue, yes, but because I'm dyslexic, it means I have these incredible strengths. But everybody has strengths, regardless of whether we're dyslexic or not. Everybody has strengths. Everybody has things that they're really good at. And it just so happens that people with dyslexia are often good with communicating, they're good at problem solving, but actually not every dyslexic is. And it depends what your profile looks like as to where your strengths show up for you. So I always say with strengths, it's about things that you're naturally good at, things that you naturally find easy. Those are the things that are our strengths, and they do vary from person to person. And yes, whilst dyslexic people often have in common, we're often very good communicators. And even if we're not good communicators through language, we're very good at reading body language. We're good at facial expressions, kind of reading a room. We're very good from that point of view. I think it's about really focusing at the end of the day on what we can do, not what we can't do. And that is the decision that I make every day. I choose to not define myself by what I can't do. I choose to define myself by what I can do and what I am good at and what I really enjoy doing. Now, the other thing to say why this is a choice that I choose to make is because it's actually not that easy to do in terms of So many of our strengths as dyslexics, so many of the things that we are naturally good at, gifted at, find easy, are shut down at such an early stage because of the way the education system works. So actually, sometimes it takes a really long time to find our way back to those strengths. And the problem is, the reason why those strengths are shut down is because they're often not valued. They're not seen as valuable, and they're not measured. So therefore, even if other people were to see them as valuable in the real world, as the dyslexic person, we don't necessarily value them because they haven't been measured. Like the whole way through school, what has been measured is our literacy skill, what we can remember and what we can write down in a finite amount of time. Like that's what we're graded on at the end of the day. So for me, it's about finding our way back to those strengths and valuing those strengths. And this often means that as dyslexics, we often become entrepreneurial, or we're in a workplace and we're still struggling to comply, but actually we find it difficult to comply. So we find we do things differently. Then we end up kind of like going down that route of like competency because we're not doing things the same way as everybody else, because we're working with our brain rather than against our brain. Because people are scared of what's different. Like different is often frowned upon. But the other thing about different is different can be lonely. Different takes courage and difference takes bravery, because you haven't necessarily got the reassurance from people around you that the way that you're doing things is the right way to do them. So there is a big element of trusting yourself involved in that. So that's also what I do every day. Like I make the decision to define myself on what I can do, and I trust my intuition and I trust my skills enough to know that what I am doing is right. So that is what I came on here to say today. But I'm super excited because I've actually got somebody watching, and they've written, my English teacher is the only teacher who understands me and my dyslexia because she is dyslexic. So this is absolutely so true in terms of so many people's dyslexic experiences at school. So I'm currently writing a book, I'm vlogging that journey, but I'm currently writing a book about navigating education. And I've interviewed quite a lot of people to just help me kind of formulate my thoughts and ideas. And what is really interesting is for so many children and parents of dyslexic children, there is one teacher in particular that suddenly gets their child or identifies their child, or as the dyslexic person themselves, suddenly feel like they're seen. And the pivotal thing is the teacher is dyslexic themselves. And I think when you're dyslexic yourself, you have this whole other layer of empathy and understanding that if you're not dyslexic, you can't possibly have, and you see dyslexia in a whole different way because you've been there, you've done it, you've got the t-shirt, you wear the t-shirt. So dyslexic teachers are so important because they get it, they see you, they see the struggle. And it's just so ironic. I didn't have my diagnosis of dyslexia when I was a teacher. I'd actually left classroom teaching by the time I got my diagnosis. I was a Senko, but not a classroom teacher. And suddenly everything made sense as to why I suddenly understood how and why, why kids were struggling, but also why I saw them and why I fought for them so fiercely. There we have it. That's my little Sunday live. My question to you is, well, not even a question, my Sunday thought for you is, do you choose dyslexic success, or do you choose to be a victim of dyslexia? Like, the choice is absolutely yours, and it's not an easy choice to make. It's not an easy path to tread, to be different to the people around you. But if you can be brave enough to take that path, trust me when I say it's a path that will really set you free from your dyslexia. And we'll see that is the way you're going to thrive and shine and succeed. It takes courage. But yeah, what will you choose today? Have a great day, and I may well be back for more lives like this soon.